Hi there, students. I'm XS. That's little x, little s, which stands for extra sweet, because that's what I am. I'm a Puppy-Sensei, and I make Japanese language lessons to help you level up your abilities. And I have my own Apawcalypse! This series is intended to teach all about Pathfinder 2e and also to spotlight other content creators and the awesome, amazing work that they are doing. So, with that in mind, let's meet today's victim. Oh, wait, or should I say victims? What? 2 guests in 1 episode? Amazing! Today we have with us the amazing Celeste Ryan and just a little Coffeecat. Alright, so my dear wonderful friends, how are you?
I'm good. The silence was deafening.
You're the headliner. Well. You talk first.
Meow?
I'm your
Meow,
sidekick.
meow, meow. My sidekick? Since when?
Since, like, always.
I guess that makes sense. I'm doing well.
That's good. I'm so glad. I'm so happy to have you here. I would love just to get, you know... I was going to say I wanted to talk a little bit about our history together, but there's just so much that I don't even know where to start. In so many ways, you are my Oshi, and I'm gonna get all like teary-eyed even just talking about it and thinking about it. But I think we do have some things that we do together, like some group that we're in.
Be kind. You're talking about be kind.
That's what I'm thinking.
And you're gonna make me cry every time you say I'm your Oshi. I'm just a cat. God. I'm a puppy's Oshi. What is this?
Yeah.
But no,
we're getting along together.
What is this madness? No, we're in being kind together. I love what we do. I love that we're working together to create a better world for VTubers, and yeah. I enjoy having been a part of your journey. It's been lovely seeing you join Irium, and then just every step you take is wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm just a cat over here. I just make music. That's what I do.
I hear you say that all the time, and it always brings me back to the number of content creators that I know that are out there working so hard and yet are so humble. It inspires me. I have no other thing to say other than it is so inspirational to see so many VTubers, content creators who are putting our hearts into our work and yet still able to say, well, I'm just a dog, I'm just a cat, I'm just a duck, I guess. I don't know.
Ducks, quack.
We need more duck VTubers out there.
We do. The moment we get a duck VTuber around, we're gonna have problems.
Oh, you could make it so cute. You could have it like they just popped out of the egg. They wear the shell as a hat. Oh my gosh.
What? Oh, that's adorable.
That's a great idea.
Copyright Coffeecat. You have to license that for me.
So, a balut VTuber. Is that what you're saying?
Oh God.
I swear I heard balloon, and now I'm imagining a balloon animal VTuber, and now the thought I don't like this. I don't like this in my brain.
That's better than what it actually is, trust me.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Okay.
It kind of is.
Oh God.
Well, I'm gonna shift gears for just a second. So, Les, I want to come back to you and have you talk more about your projects in just a second. But I do want to just say a very, very quick thank you to Coffeecat as well.
Me?
Because Coffeecat, you have a very special role that you play on this very show, don't you?
I sure do. You all know me, even if you don't know it yet. You may have seen in the description of the Pathfinder episode videos, which you should be checking, because who knows if there's lore hidden there, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know me as Catarina Cortado, the person who is lucky enough to be able to provide the soundtrack and help bring Puppy's vision to life. It's an honor.
You've done such an amazing job, honestly. The background music that you've done for this series is far and away so much better than we ever could have anticipated. And the thing about it is, you hit so many beats that are so perfect for this show without us giving you any background information. And that was important for me because I knew at some point that I would love to have you on here, and I didn't want you to know any of the secrets that we're working on. And yet, so often, you somehow manage to just hit exactly what we need.
You know, that's just one of my many mysterious powers. I have several. Some that are of dubious utility, others are pretty useful. I'm glad that we've been able to get on the same wavelength like that, because I really love this series. It's my favorite show. It's the best show on the internet. If you're not watching it, what the hell are you doing with your life?
Thank you so much. That's very, very high praise. Thank you. We do work really hard on this show. It is a passion project for me. I started this journey as a VTuber, just teaching Japanese, but my two kind of passions that I've always been really, really interested in are Japanese education and Pathfinder. I think particularly as a trans girl, I've always loved the idea of role-playing games because often in life, we're kind of stuck in the skin that we're in, and sometimes you just need to be able to escape and put yourself in somebody else's mind for a little bit, and that's something that's incredibly important to me.
Yeah, I completely understand that. I think role-playing has always appealed to me. I mean, I've been involved in these types of games, since I was like 8 years old. My old man taught me. If you're watching this, Dad, I'm surprised. But I love these games, and it's always been a wonderful time.
8 years old in cat years, that's like, what, a year ago?
Something like that.
Maybe.
Well, thank you both for being here. Is there anything that you would like to tell my viewers about your content and what you do? Either of you, both of you? Maybe we'll start with Celeste.
Okay. Yes, I am. Let me give you the spiel I give everybody that enters my stream. I'm Celeste Ryan, cat girl DJ of Erie, US. I play the music around that place. I play the music on YouTube now too. I have a live 3D model that I use whenever I am streaming on YouTube. I have things currently going on. We have a brand new adventure going up this coming Thursday, I think on Thursday. I think I'm on Thursday. I'm going to SumiCon in robot form.
Amazing.
And then we have some other fun activities coming up towards the end of the month I can't really talk about yet. But we, just keep your eyes peeled. And then obviously on the 15th, we have our charity stream for Be Kind, which I am very, very, very happy to be a part of. Other than that, it's just, me streaming for, I think I'm on 113 days in a row.
That's amazing. By the time this comes out, that charity stream will have already been over, and it will have been great. I know it, but it is coming up for us for recording this, and it'll be this Saturday, so I'm super excited about that. But I come back and I keep saying it over and over. I'm just inspired by the work that you do and how hard you work. I see it, and I think you're amazing.
Well, you're amazing, Puppy-Sensei. I just overwork myself all the time. That's all I do.
I feel that. I feel that.
But I love what I do. It's easy to overwork yourself when you enjoy what you do. If you are passionate about making people happy and your content makes people happy, then you want to do it every day.
Yeah. So, Coffeecat, we had to talk a little bit about what you do for this Pathfinder series. What else do you do?
I contain multitudes.
Yes.
I kind of do whatever needs to be done for Celeste. I've been her community manager for years now, which that was a learning curve. I'm better at it now than I was then. There's hardly ever any incidents or bodies I need to hide.
Not since last year.
Oh, yeah. But I've also recently branched out into doing a little bit of editing for her. You can see some of my stuff on her YouTube. If there's a highlight reel on there with silly royalty-free music, I probably made that. But my favorite thing that I get to do for Celeste is music production stuff, because I have a bit of a background in that. And that's been a real treat. That's really nourished me and kept me going, is being able to get back into doing something that I love again, and being able to just help. It's different because I write my own music, you know that. I do all kinds of things, but when you're helping somebody else execute their vision, it's rewarding in a different way.
Yeah. I also kind
And
of
she does a really good job.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I can see that, and I can see your passion. I can see both of your passion in all of that you put out. So, I can definitely see how hard you both work. But I think what you were saying about, you know, helping others execute their vision, I have always felt like I was a supporter, and it's easier for me to be behind the stage than on top of it. But I think I found I had some hesitancy before I became a VTuber, where I kind of thought, I don't know if this is for me, because I don't know that I want to be up on the stage. But being up on the stage for me as an agent of inspiration, to be able to say, I'm doing this, you can too, that's been so impactful for me, because I think I am in a place right now where, with everything that's going on in the world, and we don't have to get into any of that, but with everything that we have going on right now, I just want to model kindness and love and inspiration for other people, so that they will chase their stars and shine.
Yes, be kind.
Yes. Be kind, be kind. Yeah.
Be kind, be kind. Holiday Inn.
No,
Hotel Trivago.
not sponsored.
Yet.
Non-sponsored. Additionally, not sponsored by Foundry VTT, what we will be using to run this adventure today. I could not do what I do without Foundry VTT. If you ever want to sponsor me, if you're out there somewhere, Foundry VTT, hint hint, I would not turn it down, because your product makes my life so much easier, and I recommend it to anybody at any time. So yeah, I think without further ado, why don't we make your characters?
Yay!
I'm so excited.
I am also very excited. So, just to briefly walk you through this, and also for the people at home, this is what we're going to be doing. We are going to randomize some ancestry options for you. We're going to randomize some class options for you, and we're also going to randomize some favored weapon options for you. I think that for me, and I've said this many times, I kind of start to feel like I'm a broken record, but I think that one of the really hard parts about getting into role-playing games for people who haven't started role-playing yet, is that they look at things like character sheets, and they look at numbers, and they think, oh, this is too math heavy, this is too crunchy, I don't know what I'm doing, I can't wrap my mind around it. I think a lot of people think, how do the numbers translate to like personal qualities and things like that? And I think it can be a little bit off-putting for people, and I think it can really be a little bit difficult for people to understand what we do. I actually watched a video recently, and the video was like, how do people who do not play D&D listen to people playing D&D and hear what it sounds like we're saying? And it is bizarre. And it must be, if you have no experience with this, and you listen to us sitting around a table going, okay, and I rolled an 18, what does that mean? What does that translate to? Numbers are difficult, and math is scary, and it always has been. So what we try to do here on the Apawcalypse is we try to make that a little bit easier by giving you a little bit more of a visual choice so that you really understand what you're getting into. Now, I think in both of your cases, that's not really necessary, right? You have, I think, experience with role-playing games to the degree that we don't have to hold your hand through this, but we're going to do it anyway, because Puppy-Sensei cannot do anything without a very rigid plan. I will fall apart. Hopefully that's
Rigid
okay.
Rigid plan.
We do like it rigid.
Plan. Whoa.
Manager chat.
Hey, it's an apocalypse. We can go off the rails here.
Already?
All right. So I think we are going to start by selecting your ancestries. I'm excited about this. So your ancestries are going to show up. There's going to be a little visual card here. We are going to flip those cards, and it's going to tell us what your ancestry options are. So if you're looking in the Discord, that is visible to you now. Oh, there was a glitch there. Did you see that? Wait.
I saw a
Now-
door appear on the boundary table.
Did it appear? Well, I don't think that this is right. Oh,
That
okay.
looks right.
That looks right. Because for a while there, I only had cat folk available for you, and that doesn't seem right. No. So your actual ancestries that are available to you are Poppet, Rat folk, Tanuki, and Orc. Not just 4 cat folk. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
For cat folk, I mean, I think that makes sense. Personally, I think that makes sense.
A little bit of profiling, but it checks out.
What am I if I'm not a cat?
Well,
To
today
the other
you're gonna
half
have
of
to
the
do
word.
something different. Yeah, I mean, rat folk is there. That's almost a cat, right? They're similar.
Okay. I'm looking.
Yeah. So we've got poppets that are like animated living dolls. We've got rat folk, which of course are rat folk. We've got these tanuki, which of course are sort of Japanese-inspired raccoon people. And then we've got orc. So do any of those sound appealing to either of you?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be the Tanuki.
Okay.
You're just taking that so I can't make the jokes that are the low-hanging fruit, aren't you?
You would say it too. You would say it right then and there. Right then, low-hanging fruit. Already is assessing the Tanuki situation.
I was
Yes.
just gonna try to sell real estate, man. What are you thinking about?
It's free real estate.
For you only.
Coffeecat, what
I
about
need
you?
an angry face for this.
Oh no, not an angry face.
This is tough because on one hand, rats are wonderful, but I have always wanted to be a cursed doll.
Whoa.
So I think I'm gonna have to Pinocchio it up. I'm gonna have to be a marionette. I'm
Well,
a marionette.
You know,
I shouldn't
best
sing
of
that, you'll
both
get copyrighted.
worlds and rule of cool. I don't think there's any reason why you couldn't be a puppet that is an animated doll of a rat person. Like, that's a thing.
Whoa. Oh. You know the Galaxy Brain meme where it's just like the dude from Tim and Eric, just like. That's me right now. You activated my pineal gland. My third eye slammed open.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'll be a little sackcloth rat. That sounds lovely.
Amazing. I'm very flexible in terms of how you want to flavor these things, as long as it doesn't affect the roles. As long as it doesn't affect rules as written, I'm perfectly okay with you saying, okay, I'm going to be a puppet, but I want that puppet to be whatever it is. So yeah, I think that's a very, very cool idea, and I'm so here for it. So great. Well, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to select your classes. Hopefully we don't have another weird glitch, because I don't think Catfolk is a class. Alright, your class options. I am now taking a look at this little video.
Me too.
Yay.
Me three.
Class options: Champion, Sorcerer, Cleric, and Barbarian.
I'm letting Manager Chan choose first this time. I chose first last time.
Nice.
I mean, that's really sweet of you, but I think we both know what you want.
What do I want?
You want champion.
I'm a champion then.
Yeah. Champion is kind of like a paladin type, so that's totally
Yeah.
cool.
Well, being that we know each other and all, we're acquainted, I think I'll be a cleric.
Yay.
What a great combo. Champion Cleric. Okay, this is going to be super cool. I love this. I love this.
We're a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they went to
Maybe.
the same church.
And they were roommates.
And they were roommates. Wait a second.
Historians
Yeah,
will say we were
lesbian.
just good friends.
Yes. I was gonna make a Dune quote, but then I realized it would be pretty tasteless. So instead, let's just move forward and choose your favorite weapon. So each of you is
Okay.
now going to pick the weapon that you're going to be using throughout this adventure.
I'm waiting for it to load.
Yes,
Loading up.
yes, it is loading up. All right, it looks to me like your options are going to be spear, club, axe, and sword.
Okay, so I have chose the last two first. So Manager John, please choose first this time.
Axe.
Okay.
I was gonna make you give me an axe even if you didn't give me one.
Okay, I'm taking spear.
Spear, nice. Again, feel free to flavor those as you like. I had a player in the last
Halberd.
episode. Oh, nice. I
Halberd.
love that. Oh, what a great choice.
That's such a good paladin weapon.
Yeah, it really,
Or
really
champion.
is. Yeah, very, very good. I'm excited about this. We're gonna do great. We're gonna do great. Good. We will make your characters. We're gonna do that off screen, but we will be back in just a few moments. Everybody at home, we'll see you soon. Hi there, students. As you probably already know, I really care about teaching. It's something that I'm very passionate about. I grew up wanting to be a teacher, and through the pursuit of that goal, I became much more passionate about languages. As much as I love teaching, though, I really love doing my best to inspire you even more as a content creator. I want us all to chase our stars together. In addition to being a content creator, I've also been working as a Japanese translator and an interpreter since I graduated with my good doggy degree. So I'm very lucky that I'm able to work with the Japanese language every single day. It's exciting, fast-paced work that allows me to learn and improve my skills in the same way that I hope I can help you improve your skills as well. If you'd like hands-on personal help learning Japanese, head to my website, www.puppy-sensei.com. That's puppy-sensei.com. puppysensei.com. Yeah. On my website, in addition to being able to book me for private Japanese tutoring, you can also find my availability for translation services as well. I've translated some noteworthy videos for other big-name content creators, and I'm very dedicated to doing great work for these freelance projects as well. I really care about always doing my best because I believe that communication is the pathway through which we can form new connections and bridge cultural boundaries. Please reach out to me through the website or through my business email, xs.puppysensei@gmail.com, or even through Discord if you ever need anything translated or if you want to take private Japanese lessons from me. I'll also be offering English lessons to Japanese speakers in the future as well, so 英語のコースを入れる日本人も将来興味あればもちろん連絡してもいいです。Until then, またね. And welcome back. All right, so have we had time to look over our characters a little bit?
I have.
Awesome. Coffeecat, how are you?
I'm very excited.
Yay. Do we have any kind of last minute questions about your character before we jump into this?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, what's a D20 again?
That is a 20-sided die. We will be using virtual die, so...
I have to die?
Yes, exactly. You will be, in fact, one way or another.
How did I forget about that?
That's the conceit of this show. I'm actually surprised by the number of people who come on this, having had conversations beforehand, being like, okay, and I'm going to kill your character, and then they get on and they're like, wait, my character's going to die? Yeah, that's the point of the show. That's what we do here.
You're definitely gonna murder me. Totally. You're definitely gonna let that happen.
That's the worst part about getting attached to them. I'm thinking of one in particular.
Yeah. There's always been a joke as I was kind of dreaming up this series that I can approach other content creators and be like, excuse me, do you mind if I kill you?
That's great.
Not an awkward conversation whatsoever.
No, never could be awkward.
Never at all. All right, great. Well, again, as we get into this adventure, if there are ever points where you're like, oh gosh, I don't know what this ability does, or if there's ever a time that you're facing some terrible creature and you think, I don't know what the best thing for me to do here, please don't hesitate to stop and ask me. This is always meant to be a teaching experience as well as just a fun series with lots of interesting mysteries lore. So, good. Are we ready to go into the theater of the mind?
I believe so. I hope so. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yay.
My body is ready.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Well, I'll take us into this mysterious adventure. I think you're going to wake up. You're going to open your eyes. And you're going to find that you're in a place that you do not recognize. You're also going to find that you're not alone. You are in the bottom of a recessed pit. You're laying on cold, hard concrete. It's probably very uncomfortable. The first thing that you notice is that you're being washed over by this rainbow light. Just kind of fills everything in the room. And it's this pulsing, magical glow that's coming from a large portal to the south of where you're laying right now. There's also going to be a little orb that's floating around you, kind of watching what you're doing as the two of you wake up. And it's paying very close attention as you start to move and stir. So, waking up in this place, what do you do?
Can I say hi to the orb?
You most certainly can.
Hi, orb. Hi, orb.
I think it'll stop, and I think it's going to rotate just from where it is in the air. You're not quite sure how it does this because it doesn't seem like it would be possible for it to do this, but even though its little wings are still flapping, it sort of rotates clockwise about, 40 degrees, and then it starts blinking a lot of little red lights. It's got one kind of constant green light and a little tiny red light underneath that that it starts sort of flashing at you as you greet it, and it doesn't say anything back.
Okay. How quickly is it flashing?
The way that I keep describing it to people is, think about a premiere at a red carpet and all of the paparazzi flashing their cameras. That's the speed that you're getting out of this little tiny red flash.
That's a very fast flash.
Yes.
You're very good, orb. You're very good at flashing.
I think it's going to dip down ever so slightly, almost as if it was doing a little tiny curtsy.
That's so
It's
cute.
So how the hell did I get here? I see my companion, looking full as always, very fluffy.
Yeah, you're gonna see me. You know that one bit from Evangelion that gets memed to death where Shinji's tweaking out in a folding chair?
Mm-hmm.
That's about where I'm at right now.
Amazing.
Because I am reasonably sure that I am dead.
No.
Are we dead? Are we dead? Are we dead?
I am not convinced that we are not dead and in the afterlife, and that's a bit confusing to me because I'm not even sure that I can die.
I think the orb has now moved over and is looking at you, looking at your little poppet.
Well, I'm just hyperventilating. Rocking back and forth. I'm not doing great. I'm not doing great.
Can I shake you?
Shake.
Why would that help me?
Knock it out. Knock it off. We gotta figure out where we are.
You're here too? Then. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. 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 No.
Just because I'm here is not the bad place.
Where do you think we are? Do you remember where we were right before this?
I was petting a duck.
And then what? And then what happened? How did we get here?
I opened my eyes.
That is all it took, wasn't it? Closed my eyes for a second and then... Is anyone gonna know what happened to us? Is anyone gonna care?
Oh no.
I'm sorry, I need a minute.
I don't know if we have a minute. This little floaty guy over here, very cute, very cute. Like, he seems very curious and very interested in us. And, you know, do you not see the rainbows? Something's going on. We gotta figure out what's going on here.
Yeah,
I think the whole
right.
time that all of this is happening, the orb is just kind of moving around to different spots and then stopping, almost as if it's trying to frame you in various different angles.
It's taking pictures. Oh, I'm handsome. I'm a handsome raccoon.
Why is it looking at us like that?
Probably because he's taking pictures of us.
Like, is that even a thing that exists?
Robots exist, right? I mean, there's the sorcerers got magic. I'm sure that can happen.
Okay, but are you telling me Pathfinder has its own version of Louis Daguerre who's experimenting with wet plate collodion prints?
Why not?
I bet he's a gnome.
So, Coffeecat. I don't know what else to call you. Coffeecat.
Call me Stitches.
Okay, Stitches. Stitches.
Yeah,
Stitches.
yeah.
We're standing in a pit. There's doors all around us. There's a light at the end of the tunnel there. I don't think we should go to it right yet. But what can you see? What can you see right around you? If you can, look around you.
You're right. I need to focus. At least I've got you. So I guess it's time to look around. Would that be perception, observation?
Sure. Well, I think we could do a intense perception roll if you really want to take a really good look at everything. But even before doing that, I can just give you an overview of what you're seeing. So very quickly, yeah. I think I'll point out a few things. There are 3 doors in this room, one to the north, and then one each to the east and the west. All of the walls and the ceiling, all of the walls and the floor outside of the pit look very, very sterile, very clean, very polished, right? Polished enough probably that you can maybe see your own reflection in some of these surfaces, right? Now, the pit that you're actually in is a completely different type of material. Looks like it doesn't even belong in the same room. It's just that kind of very, very rough construction type flooring that, you know, you imagine has probably never seen polish. And it's like that kind of scuffable kind of concrete that if you move your foot over it too much, you might flake off some little bits. So old, different construction, very odd. To the south, as I said, there's a portal. There are also 2 different chests on either side of that portal. But what may also catch your attention is in this pit there are stairs leading out, so stairs to the south, the north, the east, and the west. And in those stairs right next to you, there's one stair that has been missing. A stair has been taken away. And in that stair, there's a little button.
Okay. So we both can see all this, right?
Yes.
Can I go open one of the chests?
Absolutely.
How do I do this?
You should have control of your character such that you can either click and drag, or you could use the arrow keys on your keyboard. Yeah, excellent.
Noom.
So
Let me open it.
you can open it
I got our weapons. Weapon. Pop it. Stitches. I got our weapons.
That's great. Hang on a minute. This doesn't look right.
I'm looting it.
And I think I want to reach my little paw in there and feel around a little.
In
do I loot?
the empty stair?
Yeah, because I don't think I'm quite ready to commit to pushing the button, but I'm
Sure.
cautious.
Sure. I'm going to come back to Celeste for just a second before I tell you about anything in there.
Sure.
So, yeah, in order to loot, one of the easiest ways to do it is just going to be to open your sheet and then just click and drag the 2 weapons that you see there. You can put them both on your sheet, but then we'll make sure that it comes out in the wash that you both have what you need by the end.
Okay. So
Yeah.
drag on it. Drag on in. Okay, cool.
Okay, great. Before you officially leave this area, I'll make sure that your weapons are where they need to be.
Okay.
Okay, coming back to Stitches. You put your hand where this stair seems to be empty. You don't see the stair. It looks like it has just been removed and taken out. You're not sure what happened to it. But the stair is gone, and really you just have here this empty area, this shadowed area. You can reach all the way back in. It really just looks like it's plain bare concrete in there where a stair used to be. But now that the stair has been removed, there is this button here. And you imagine that the button is probably a single click kind of button. So you press it once, it does something. You press it again, it returns to its original state.
Okay. I wonder. I feel like, you know, being of the rodent persuasion, I am a creature of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
But am I curious enough to push this button not knowing what it does?
Can I check the other chest?
You most certainly can. So you can just go ahead and move over. Do the same thing.
Ha ha ha.
Looks like we have
I'm
some
sorry,
armor
I was
there
very
and some
excited.
rings. Yeah.
Okay.
You're just going shopping and I'm having an existential crisis.
I love it.
Okay. I'm wearing a ring, and I'm wearing a scale mail. And I got weapons. All right. Stitches. What do you got there? Stitches, what do you got there?
I'm not sure what I'm looking at.
Here, let me push it for you.
Wait, what? No.
I'm gonna assume that you just pushed the button.
I pushed the button.
Okay, amazing. As you push this button, a couple of things are going to happen. The entirety of the pit, the whole pit, begins to lift up in the air. Only the pit is lifting up. The rest of the room is staying exactly as it is. And it begins to lift up to a second level. And we're going to move there now.
Yay!
All right.
I did something, Stitches. I did something.
And move right back where you were. The orb, as you start to lift up in this pit, really quickly flew over to join you. So it quickly flew up into the opening that opened in the ceiling and came back up and starts trying to kind of get different angles to get your reactions to suddenly coming up in this new level. Now, what do you see here? You're in a very large circular room. There is another
I don't see any
portal.
change.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to do something. Okay. Now we're in this new room. Okay, so we're in a large circular room. There is an exact replica of the portal from down below. So that portal is there. It's giving off that same rainbow light. It doesn't extend quite as far into the room just because of the room being so much larger. But also, you're going to find these 4 small walled kind of like, I would call them half walls, right? They're raised almost like stone planters.
I pushed the button again.
Okay, great. So we're gonna go back down to the other level. Hold on just 1 second. And the little orb is gonna rush down to join you, and we get back down to the first level.
So that's what the button does, Stitches?
Yeah, it sure does.
Ooh, what's that door do?
If I had a heart, it would be racing.
Now, how do I drag? I can't drag myself. I'm stuck. I'm stuck under Stitches. I'm stuck under Stitches. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I would like to open this door.
Okay.
If that would be okay.
Perfectly fine. So you walk up to the door. It is a wooden door, so everything in this is kind of like stone, but this is a nice wooden door that's fixed into the stone. You open it, you open it, and you find that inside there's just a very small, seemingly worthless little hallway. Right?
Okay.
Yep.
Let me go open the left side door.
Okay.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't leave me behind.
I'm just walking. I'm just checking the doors. Oh, that one's got a fireplace.
Yep, you enter this room. Coming from the room, there's this very nice warm light. Just feels very, I don't know, comfortable. It's a very comfortable
All right.
room.
Closing that one.
Okay.
I want to go look at the other one.
Okie dokie. And again, opening this door, you're going to see another very similar fireplace. Again, it gives off this very comforting, warm light and glow.
Hang on, wait a minute.
What would you like to do?
I think this one's a little different. Do you see those?
Mm-hmm.
You will notice on top of the fireplace there are a number of very small little figurines.
I am gonna go take a gander.
Okay. You should
I'll
just
come
be able
with
to
you.
walk right through the door. Yeah.
Can I pick up a figurine?
Yeah, absolutely. You can reach up and pick one of them up. I'm going to tell you that the moment that you pick one of them up, the door closes and you hear it click as if it just locked. But let me
Okay.
tell you what you're seeing there. You're seeing a gnoll that has bunny ears. You're seeing a kobold with a very big sword. You're seeing a dwarven monk. You're seeing a little figurine of a monkey man with a ghost chimpanzee. Or a little ghost
Can I pick up the
chimp.
monkey man with the ghost chimpanzee and toss it in the fire?
You most certainly can. Absolutely. You pick that one up and you throw it in the fire. And
I hate monkeys.
What have you done?
It just looked bad. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan.
That door locked when you picked it up. We're stuck in here.
I'm sure we can open it.
So, the moment that you pick this up and you throw it in the fire, now, you notice that this is a carved figurine. You don't know what the material that is carved from is, but when you throw it in the fire, nothing happens, as if it didn't react at all to being thrown in the fire. Even stone, you think, probably burns or chars in fire, but nothing happened.
All right. The knoll in the fire.
Okay, you throw the knoll in the fire. Very similarly, it gets thrown in the fire, and nothing seems to happen.
All right. The kobold in the fire.
In it goes with its little gigantic sword, and it tumbles around on top of the logs in the fire, and it doesn't seem to be burning.
All right. What's the what was the other one?
It's a dwarven monk.
Throw it at the door.
Okay, all right. You throw it at the locked door. It kind of clatters around. I think the orb is going to watch it, as if in slow motion, watch it as it flies and hits the door and falls down on the ground, and the orb will just look down at it and then go back to you, as if, why?
All right. So what we've learned here today is that those things are light enough to be tossed, and they are flame-proof.
Hang on a minute, I'm curious. So, what I'd like to do is take a little scrap of cloth that I have with me, just for emergencies, and I very gingerly toss it into the fire next to the figurines.
Wonderful. Nothing happens.
I jump in the fire.
Oh my god.
Okay, great. You leap into the fire, and you are not harmed in any way, shape, or form. Now, a few things that I'm going to point out here. First, this fire is giving off warmth, but it's not giving off heat. It's not hot to the touch. It's not burning you, but it does feel warm and pleasant. And you even feel that being in this room maybe even has a bit of a healing effect on you. This is a good place to be. Inside this, inside this fireplace, inside all of the walls you're going to find are just stone walls, right? But as you crawl into the fireplace, it may catch your eye that above you, someone has carved something. And carved into the concrete, it says, "Take the stairs." And I think, I'm looking at your character sheet, and I'm thinking about your wisdom, and I'm thinking about your intelligence, and I'm thinking, I don't know that I want to just tell you what I'm thinking about that, because I think with your int and with your wisdom, you see take the stairs, and that's what you got. You got take the stairs. But do you pass that information along to your compatriot?
There's something carved in here. First off, I'm not on fire. That's good news. That's good news. Secondly, there's something carved. It says take the stairs. I don't see any stairs though.
Can I ask you a favor?
Anything for Stitches.
I'm a little leery about the fire. Could you maybe lift me up so I can see what it says there?
Yeah, I'll lift Stitches up.
Okay. Yep. Easy enough. So again, once you're kind of inside there, you're not feeling heat, you're not feeling that you're being burned in any way, shape, or form, but you do see carved deeply in the stone. And these are like not pretty letters. This was done hastily, probably with someone's knife, but it says take the stairs. Now, you have a wisdom of 4, so I think with your wisdom, I'm going to tell you maybe someone already did that. Because there is a stair that's missing.
Oh, take the stairs, I get it.
Mm.
Dun, 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 dun.
That makes much more sense. Okay, I'm gonna run into the walls to see if there's any movement.
Hey, easy.
You're
You're still holding me.
I'm gonna be very careful. I'm just bouncing off the walls here.
Oh my god, something's bouncing. You're making me motion sick.
Oh no.
That would be my tits.
Is it just canon? I know we're the same size, but I wish I was small enough that I could just pop right in there like the little bug guy in Okami always does.
Okay, that's really interesting. So when I go up here, I'm seeing something. I'm seeing something on this. What's over here?
These walls aren't giving way or anything like that, so it doesn't feel like this is, it doesn't really feel like this is some kind of secret door that you're missing or anything like that.
So there's no secret door here.
Not that you can tell. But I do think that maybe these thunk differently. I think the walls might thunk ever so slightly differently.
Right here? Thunk
Yeah,
ever
right.
so it's like.
Yeah, right about there.
Right where I am right here.
Like if you tap
Okay.
on a wall that's adjoined to a room versus an
Exactly.
exterior wall.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Okay.
I think there's something. Maybe the other doors. I don't want to go back in the fireplace, but does it have like a proper chimney going up and out?
It does not.
I knew it.
That's a magic fire, I think. Can I just like? Is the wall made of brick, cement? What is the material I'm looking at here?
Oh,
Yeah,
you
it's
can be
highly polished stone.
Highly polished stone.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a halberd.
Okay.
Oh, I wanna try to hit the wall.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think you're gonna do any damage to the wall, but I think you will scratch it. And when you scratch it, I need to grab my little what? I need to
Dragging me
grab my
around.
little orb.
The wall
Sorry.
moved me.
My bad. I needed to grab my little orb. So I think as you scratch the wall, the orb, I think it may actually make a movement very similar to a solid snake kind of jump, and then move next to you, and it starts flashing that little red light as if it's angry at you, like it's not happy that you did that.
I scratch it again.
It's just glaring at you. It's very unhappily.
You know, little buddy, it'd be a lot easier if you talked instead of glared. Scratch again.
I think it's gonna come over here in the corner and sulk.
Oh.
While Celeste is doing that, I would like to very carefully go around the room and gather up all the figures,
Okay.
dust them off, and put them back on the mantle.
Okay. I think you're gonna see from the little orb that it almost looks a little bit thankful that you did that.
You'd be wise to remember, companion mine, that we're supposed to preserve things of beauty, not toss them about like rubbish.
Shouldn't have been a monkey. Okay. So, now that we've confirmed that this wall has something behind it, because like obviously you're pissing off the little floaty guy. I want to try to open this door.
Yep, it now opens, no problem.
Yeah, it wasn't locked. I knew something was up. Okay, so it said to take the stairs, right?
It did say that.
I'm just gonna grab, like, try to pull it every stair.
Yeah. None of the other stairs give way.
Okay. You wanna go up to the second floor again?
I'm actually curious about the other fireplace now.
All right, let's go. Beep.
Now that you enter this room and you take a better look, you do see that there are 2 other little tiny statues sitting on top of this fireplace. So you are going to see a little metal automaton, and you're going to see a lizard folk.
Oh, do you want to put these with the other ones?
I don't know if this little... I almost want to say it's a guardian will let us.
I grab them.
Okay. The moment that you grab them, the door locks. Beep.
You broke the... You speed read it. You got through before it locked.
Oh, I put them back up.
Okay, the door unlocks again.
Would you mind, oh companion mine, taking that first step into the fire?
Yep.
Okay. Again, you step into the fire. It's warm, but not giving off any heat. And looking in the fireplace, you see nothing. There's nothing carved, nothing scribed, nothing at all. There's nothing weird about this fireplace at all. Pushing on the walls, nothing gives way. There just doesn't seem to be anything weird here.
I think there's something that matters about these statues. I have a feeling, but I don't like the feeling I'm having about these statues. They give me this uncomfortable feeling. There's too much variety. What is the reason why there's so many different types? It almost seems like they would be adventurers. I don't like this.
They could be deities. There are gods out there as yet undreamed of. Who's to say these weren't for votive purposes?
Nah, there's only my god. Alright, let's leave.
Wait. There's something I want to do. I would like to overcome my fear, crawl into the other fireplace, and maybe very furtively with one of my spare needles check the other one into it.
Ooh, okay. I love that.
Are we good? You done doing graffiti to the fireplace?
Is the Watcher okay with that?
Yep, it doesn't respond to that in the slightest.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry for defacing this place. Your home, maybe?
Just kind of flickers that little red light every so often.
I wish I could understand you, but we're not enough alike.
I can't leave.
It's open. It's open.
Alright. There is still one more door. I don't like the feeling of this door. It said take the stairs for a reason. I say we take the stairs up.
Stairs first, yeah.
Okay.
Button!
Right. Button. Alright, great. I will move us back. And here we are.
Okay. So, can we both agree that this portal is probably going to get us killed if we try to go through it?
I'm still not entirely sure we have any life left to preserve.
Can I pull on all the other stairs to see if there's any other buttons?
Aren't they the same stairs?
They are the same stairs, so you continue to pull on them just like before. Nothing seems to be giving way.
Oh, that makes sense.
Hang on a minute. I'd like to go investigate what appears to be this tree.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. As you step toward this tree, I want to describe what you're seeing. So, there are 4 small pools or areas are scattered around this room. This one in particular has a beautiful oak tree growing out of it. Now, it's hard to say which is growing out of which, but embedded in this tree is the body of an automaton, and in the core of that automaton, where its heart would be, is a glowing rainbow orb that may have at one time been its power source. It's giving off a rainbow light, and this automaton, whether the tree is growing out of it or it is grown into the tree, is now in this tree. They are one. And the feeling that you get as you approach the core, as you approach this tree and this automaton as one, is a feeling of profound homesickness.
Great, she's already depressed, now she's homesick.
I'm actually tearing up a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a good idea to be here.
Hang on. I want to step a little closer.
This seems like a bad idea.
You step
Look
closer,
at this.
and as you approach, that feeling of homesickness, it's still there, but it's entwined with a feeling, this intense feeling of just acceptance.
Would I recognize this automaton at all? Perhaps from a small statue?
Yes, you would. It's
Called
the
it.
Same. Yeah.
Called it. Oh, those statues are these guys. That's not a good idea. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad.
Oh, I'm actually crying.
That's a dead person. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. That's not good. It's not good.
Oh no.
I'm gonna not go near these ground areas. Can we go south? Can I try south?
Uh-huh. I'm okay with splitting the party if you're okay with it.
Are you coming? Are you coming, Stitches?
Before I go, I'd like to perform... I don't know if our god that we follow has anything like last rites, but I'd like to give it to the robot.
Okay. Yeah, I love that. Celeste, if you'll wait right there for just 1 second. I want to describe 2 things that are happening right now. So, Coffeecat, Stitches, I think that orb is just focused in on you, and it's just watching you as you perform these rites for this automaton, and it's just watching you and blinking that red light steadily. And I think, again, you have this sense, this washing sense that's coming over you of just acceptance, of a wish that went unfulfilled, but an acceptance of where we are. However, Celeste, something happens as you start walking south. The farther away you get, suddenly, out of the portal, a second orb appears and zooms down to you as you're moving away.
Okay. I'm going back. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I'm going back. Going back. You don't need to record us twice.
He's just trying to get B-roll footage, come on.
So Stitches, you want me to cut down the tree?
I would prefer if you didn't.
You sure? We could cut down the tree. Take the little Orby with us.
I gently set my little stuffed paw on your hand. Not this one, please.
Okay. Well, so, things that I have now observed. That portal is where these guys are coming from. So I have a feeling we go through that portal, we reach wherever this thing ends.
What do you mean these guys? There's only... Oh my god, there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
This is getting out of
came out
hand.
of the portal. I'm telling you. This is some sort of stupid game show like that bard always talking about in the place. What's his name? Conan. The Conan in the bar. He's always talking about.
Oh right.
These stupid game show ideas. Yeah.
Conan the Barbarian, yes.
Yeah. Man.
Why does he only show up at closing time?
No one else wants to watch him.
I heard he was better about 20 years ago, but he's kind of just doing the same material.
Yeah. So, I'm thinking we got a few options. One, we can go through that portal and finish whatever this is right away. Number 2, we can keep looking around.
Well, I am interested in these other vivariums, as it were, or perhaps they're cenotaphs.
Well, we can walk to them. I don't think standing in them is a good idea, though.
You're probably right.
You approach this one immediately to the south of the tree, and you find a pool of lava. It is giving off heat, and it just seems to be a sort of stagnant pool of lava.
All right, you want to go to the one to the west?
Yeah.
I mean, the east.
The west.
I'm not very smart. I do my best.
Yeah. Here we see a pool of water, just sitting water. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. There are no ripples or movement.
Can I poke it with my halberd?
Yeah, absolutely. It does what water does. It makes little ripples. The ripples go out in all directions and then eventually dissipate.
All right.
Well, if I needed to drink, this would be useful.
What do we got up here?
Here we have sand. There is sand, and above the sand is a constantly moving, slight, gentle wind that's just moving in a circle, and every once in a while it whips up the sand, takes the sand up, moves it in a spiral, and then brings it gently right back down. It's just a constant magical wind.
All right. So these 2 floaty boys, do I have a bag on me?
Hang on, wait a minute. I want to know how you feel about sand.
It gets everywhere. I hate sand.
Is it coarse, rough, and irritating?
Yes.
Not like here, where everything else is smooth and soft.
Yeah. Not a big fan of the sand. All right. So these 2 Orby guys.
Yeah.
I want to grab one.
Okay. I think it will get grabbed and then kind of flutter around like, oh no, I'm grabbed. I don't want to be grabbed.
Can I kiss it?
Sure.
I kiss it.
I wheezed.
It continues to look at you and try to fly away, but it's pretty fruitless because this thing is kind of helpless the way you have it now.
I pet it softly.
Okay. It may calm down a little bit, but it's still not happy about being held. Okay. Meanwhile, the other one is moving around. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm alright with that.
Alright. Other one.
Mm-hmm.
Bag.
Okay.
Alright. We don't have a camera watching us anymore. We can do whatever we want.
Appears from the portal.
Bag.
A 4th one appears from the portal.
Bag.
Another one appears from the portal, and it tries to zoom away immediately. It's running
Bag.
While that's going on, I'm curious about this passageway, this spoke coming off here.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Are you gonna go to the north or south?
I caught you!
I'm gonna go north!
No! No!
So we can head to the north.
Bag!
I think eventually your bag is going to be full and they're going to start spilling out.
I'm gonna start flying away. That would be great. I have flight now. I'm only 30 pounds. I got this.
Are you just trying to achieve flight?
Get back in. Okay. So I have collected at least like 8 of these things now,
Sure.
right? They're all in my bag.
Sure.
You have exactly 4.
No, I have a lot more than 4.
You have exactly 4.
I look inside my bag, and I'm like, "Hi guys." What are they doing?
They will try to fly away immediately.
No, my head's in the bag. I
Okay.
didn't open the bag. I stuck my head inside the bag.
Okay. I think they may try to batter your face at this point.
I'll name each one of you, and I'll give you kisses, and I love you.
Okay.
Okay. And there's still one floating with us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine well above your reach. So, this room, this passageway, it connects to a larger, sort of, curved passageway, it
Yes.
seems.
Yes.
I got you. I told you I'm terrible. Alright, we're going this way? Okay, Stitches.
Hang on, there's something over here.
I found a lot of these little guys.
Whoa.
You will find here a bed and a box of flowers. Well-tended little box of flowers. They look happy and healthy and okay.
Do you think these things garden? They don't have any limbs that I can see.
Probably not.
Then who's tending the flowers?
Whoever's sending all of these things after us. I mean, I have like 10 of them in my bag now, so I feel like somebody's got to be doing this.
I don't think you should keep them in there. They don't belong to us.
Where else will I keep them?
I'm gonna check out the flowers.
Yeah. They just seem like ordinary, well-tended, well-kept little flowers. They're alive and happy, and they seem okay.
Can I check the bed?
You most certainly can. It's a nice bed. Looks very nice. It's one of those 4-corner beds, right, with the 4 posters. But it
Does it
doesn't
have a sheet on it?
It has a sheet on the bed, but it doesn't have anything hanging down from the poster part. Like, that part is empty.
Okay.
It just got the
Can I
posters.
take the sheet and like empty my bag into the sheet and then tie them up?
Yeah.
You're gonna like hobo bindle with your halberd?
And then I'm gonna tie it to my halberd.
Okay.
Oh hell yeah.
So I have
Okay.
a bunch of those little guys in my attached to my halberd.
Okay. No problem. Anything else you want to do with that bed?
Push it.
Okay. It doesn't push. It doesn't go anywhere. It seems to be pretty firm on the ground.
Can I jump on it?
You most certainly can. I love that. Yeah, jump on that bed. I think when you jump on it, you may hear something jingle under the bed.
Can I check underneath the bed?
Absolutely. There is a bag of gold under the bed. It's got 30 gold in it.
I'll take the gold.
Okay, you have 30 gold.
I'm rich. Stitches, I'm rich.
What do you mean rich?
I got 30 gold.
Adding 30 gold to your sheet. Okay.
Where did you find gold? What
Under
is
the bed.
that on your halberd?
Oh, I needed room in my bag, so I put the guys in the sheet.
There's a lot to unpack there, but I'm just gonna gloss over it for now. Let's go back down this hallway.
This is very round.
Mm-hmm.
Are these passageways made of that same fine stone as the rest of the
Yes.
area?
Yes, everything
Okay.
here is polished and stable.
So only the elevator is different.
I can see well, so let me kind of just take a gander for us.
Another little alcove here with a bed.
Another bed.
That's another bed. I want to look underneath the bed.
Nothing under that bed.
Damn it.
Is that a carrot on the ground?
It most certainly is. There is a carrot sitting next to the flower pot.
Watch out. It's a mimic. Stab it.
Okay, you stab the carrot. The poor carrot, with 1 HP left to go, dies.
Okay, we got it. We got carrot now.
Do you take the carrot?
Do you want the carrot, Stitches?
I suppose it's a shame to waste food. I will take the carrot.
Okay. I'll add a
What
carrot
does
to
the
your
bag
sheet.
sound like when I like stab it? Does it jingle?
Oh yeah.
Do
I'm
all
sure
the little
it's-
guys inside are jingling?
Yeah, they're all clockwork, so I think they're probably around in there.
Sounds like a bunch of pissed off wristwatches.
Yeah.
Is this a flower bed or is this a vegetable patch?
It is not a vegetable patch. You don't quite know where that carrot would have come from because these are all flowers.
Can you try to move it?
The flowers?
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm strong enough. Do you want to try together?
Yeah, let's push it.
Okay.
The two of you push this thing, and it must be fastened to the ground because you can't move it a nanometer. It doesn't move at all.
Okay. So, something going on there.
Somebody must have known you were coming.
Aha, I got you.
Okay, I suppose we'll check the bed.
Checking the bed, it looks like an identical copy of the other bed, complete with another sheet.
Okay. You want to keep looking?
What, you don't want to jump on this one too?
I'll jump on it.
Okay. It makes no jingle jangle sound as you jump on it because there's nothing underneath it.
Okay.
It do not got spurs.
Let us continue our adventure.
Lettuce, we only have a carrot.
Ah!
That was a bad pun, Stitches. It's a bed again.
What are you talking about? My puns can't be beat.
There's something
Here.
next to the bed. Oh no, that's just a floaty thing.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
let
not
us
worried about it.
investigate it together.
Underneath the bed?
Nothing underneath the bed, no.
Jump on bed?
Yep.
Nothing?
Nothing. Now that you've
Jump.
seen, now that you've seen 3 of these boxes of flowers, one thing that will stand out is that all the flower boxes seem to have the exact same number of flowers. So it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4 perfect little flowers.
What if I pull one out?
That little orb is going to get right next to you and give you another stern look.
Grab it.
Why did you bring it next to her? You knew she was gonna do that.
Another orb is going to come around the corner.
Just watch, we're gonna go through the portal with these and it's gonna explode or something.
Alright. So,
We'll be the first ones
they
not to
are
die
definitely
in
the
combat.
keepers, or at least involved in taking care of this place, because they did not like me breaking the flower situation. Aha! No, okay. I wasn't fast enough. Okay, come on. Uppies. Uppies! I have to click myself.
Another little alcove here with another bed and another box of flowers. Same flowers again. 1, 2, 3, 4 pretty little flowers.
Can I jump on the bed again?
You certainly can.
Is there anything underneath the bed?
There is. There's an arrow under the bed.
Can I grab the arrow?
You certainly can. I will add an arrow to your sheet.
Yay!
Yay.
If there's an arrow, that means there's combat, which means something happened here, which is more concerning every second. We know people got turned into trees. We know there's arrow. we know there's all these little floaty guys who are trying to record us for some sort of silly game show. I still think this is Conan Barbarians, the idea here. And they really don't like it when we destroy their place. So, what you thinking, Stitches?
I don't know. It feels like it might be a more James of Kimmelworth type thing.
Yeah, James of Kimmel. It feels very James of Kimmel. Can I just push on all the wall? I'm just gonna go around the entire place's wall. Just gonna push on it.
I do want to tell you that, well, you're pushing on it, so I won't spoil anything. But yeah, pushing on it, nothing seems to push. There doesn't seem to be any give to these stone walls.
Can I pull on any of the stones? Is there any stone sticking out?
None of them seem to be sticking out. In fact, they're so flush against the wall that it's almost, at this point, it's almost like tile.
Nothing's happening.
Okay, I have a question.
Hi.
So we're both servants of Shellen, the deity of art. Some of us presumably more devoted than others. Could I parlay any of that, maybe knowledge, to discern anything about maybe when or by who this place was constructed? Do I recognize any architectural elements?
None of these architectural elements stand out as anything that you know from history. As a matter of fact, most of them seem so ancient that you think this is even farther beyond anything that history tells me has ever existed. So either these were all made a very, 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 very long time ago, or they were made by some civilization that might be maybe still developing, right? Everything about this kind of vibes super ancient, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, so it's either incredibly old or it was made to look that way.
Exactly.
I'm not getting anything. I'm almost there.
Oh my god, there's so many orbs.
How many do I have on me now?
Probably dozens at this point. They just keep coming out.
I think...
Okay, I think it would say official that there's nothing on the walls I can push on.
I want to plant the broken carrot in the dirt beneath the tree.
Okay. Alright. I think that you can do that. I think that you can scoop out the whole area.
Oh no, they're all over here. Why are they all here?
Tons more have been coming out of this portal.
Are they all just ready?
Yeah, pretty much. One of them is watching as you plant this carrot. Just kind of eyes you with interest.
No, it's not.
Okay, it's fine.
Sorry.
Flies out of the portal. It's okay. It's okay, no problem.
They're gonna be filming us exclusively in tracking shots from now on, so they never stay still.
Oh, you know, this wall kind of juts out. Let me poke at it.
Yeah. You do notice something very weird about this wall, the way it's poking out.
I banged my halberd's things at the wall.
Yeah.
The end that's not full of snitches?
No, the end that is full of stitches.
Oh my god.
This wall is hitting as if there were nothing on the other side. It's not hitting as if there were a room on the other side.
Okay, so nothing's happening there. So something's going on there.
Or it's just an exterior wall.
I wonder how protective of these things they are.
Let's go downstairs really quick.
Are you sure? Because, I mean, there's this lava, and I have the things.
Don't. Oh my... Get over here.
Yes, okay.
You spent all that hard work catching them. Do you really want to throw them into lava?
I could grab more.
Oh my god.
Alright, we head back to the first floor. There we are.
I still feel like we don't need to be down here. I think it's dangerous. They told us to take the stairs for a reason.
From what? The danger from what? These things haven't hurt us and you've manhandled them enough.
But people got turned into tree.
I don't think they were responsible for that.
Okay. If something happens, though, you owe me.
That's right. If you get turned into a tree, I will let you say that you told me so.
There we go.
Thanks.
Okay, can we go through this top door?
Yep. Going through this top door, you would see a small, seemingly useless little hallway. If you can't make it through, you have to click and drag. I think the door there is actually kind of broken because of the way I made the map. And
Yeah, we gotta diagonal it.
Yep. And there's another door there, which opens, and a hallway here. Now, the first and most important thing that I want to tell you about this hallway, everything in this place is very, very clean and very, very polished. But in this hallway in particular, it looks like there used to be rugs here. It looks like there used to be carpets, because you can see on the ground that kind of leftover, like, area after you move a carpet, where the kind of, like, silhouette of the carpet once was. That seems to be here, but you don't know why.
You want to take left?
Sure, I'm
Let's go left.
invested in this carpet mystery.
Open the door.
Open the door. Door opens, no problem.
Bedroom!
Inside you find a bed.
Okay, can I look under the bed?
Yes, so I think as you look under the bed, there's something that you're going to notice. There is nothing under the bed, but there's a wood paneling beneath the bed. Where that wood
Move the bed.
paneling is? Okay, you push on the bed, it doesn't move. It doesn't move.
Okay.
Seems to be held fast to the floor.
I thought you were just gonna flip it over for a second.
Tried.
But there's this wood paneling at the floor of the bed, and I think it's going to draw your attention immediately because part of the wood has been cut off and removed.
Can I look inside that hole?
Yeah, there's no real hole there. It's just that, you know, that kind of the way that wood is after you remove part of it, it has that different color of the grain underneath where it hasn't been polished.
Yeah.
You can feel like there is an edge that was once polished, and then there's a very, very long strip, almost the entirety of the paneling of this bottom part of the bed, that has just been taken off, and it's been left rough and unpolished.
Can I pull on it?
Yeah, it doesn't really pull up. Like, you may be able to pull off little tiny, what are those things called? Splinters.
I don't want to pull off splinters. That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Can I bang against it to see if it breaks?
Yeah, you can bang it, and I think if you bang it really hard, I think parts of the wood will you know,
Splinter.
break off. Yeah, and that orb is still just glaring at you with just the angriest. I think its little green light at this point is going to turn into a red light. Like, it's mad, and it's not hiding that.
Can I go over to it and kiss it?
Yeah. It gives
Then
you
stuff it in my bag.
I love it. I was gonna say it gives you an impetuous look, but it disappears.
Okay, so there's a broken wood thing underneath this bed. I don't think there's anything else important in this bed.
Did you want me to take a look at it?
Yeah, go ahead. You're probably better at this than I am.
Yeah, looking closely, it does look like somebody has carved off a piece of this bed for reasons that you don't quite understand. But you don't see any evidence of where that would have been. There may now be splinters on the floor from where this tanuki has knocked off little bits of it, but otherwise, you don't see head or hide of where that panel has gone.
I met a man upon the stair. So we're missing part of a bed, and we're missing a stair.
Sounds like someone was trying to complete a puzzle.
It sounds like somebody was about as destructive to their environment as you are.
I'm great. I'm fantastic. Can I push against this wall?
Yeah.
You know this is why they don't let us stay in the temple, right?
It was one time. It looked like that statue had something inside. I didn't realize it was just meant to be hollow.
Oh no.
I think that was the part that made the priestess most mad. She thought it was solid.
Alright. Onwards.
I will note that at this point, the little orb hasn't even bothered to come and join you.
Open the door.
He got enough footage.
Open the door, you find an identical bed, except
All right.
you look down at that panel at the bottom, and it has not been removed.
Okay. So clearly this one wasn't affected by somebody. So, again, it's feeling like it really wants us to go through that portal. Because if we go up the stairs, there's nothing else there. You come down here, there's nothing here but beds. It's like it's just a rest station, like a middle station.
Beds where nobody lives. Perfectly made. Flowers that never wither. A corpse in a tree. And statues. One of whom is that same corpse. I know what I just said about you being a bull in a pottery shop, but would you do me a kindness, and yes, I will let you say you told me so later, and remove that panel that was missing on the other bed?
Yes. I go to do that.
Okay. I think you will spend some time with your halberd removing that panel. And I think removing that panel and ripping it off, you will find that when you flip it over and you look at the other side, there are indentations in the wood. They're a little hard to make out because they look like they're really, really old.
Oh, I know how to do this.
Okay, here, have the panel.
Okay, so I imagine I don't know how much you know about sewing, but usually when you sew, you have like a little piece of chalk you can use to mark the cloth where you want to cut it or make a stitch. I would like to rub that chalk over the indentations to see if I can then sort of make like an intaglio of it.
Okay. As you do this, I think words are going to become visible in that indentation of the wood. And I think that it says, water the heart.
Upstairs now.
All right, I'm coming.
Hurry! Come on. Damn door. It's always ticking.
You gotta diagonal it.
Okay, come on. Press the button.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
What? Who's Kronk?
I don't know.
All right. We are back on the second floor.
All right. I dip the bag with the little guys in it in the water.
Okay.
I have a cup.
I got this.
You're just gonna milk plushie that thing.
And then I just casually whack it into the heart
Okay.
with the water so it's
Okay.
damp.
Okay. I think as you do this, there are going to be two things that happen, and they happen in sequence. First, we're going to see that in that tree, fruit starts to sprout. And then you're going to hear a grinding sound. And here, in this room, a pedestal is going to rise up out of the ground, out of the stone. This pedestal is going to rise up with this intense grinding, and then it'll stop with a loud bonk. So, The tree is now producing magical fruit that occasionally shimmers with blue energy. I think I'm going to say that there are 2 fruits, so effectively there's 1 for each of you. And now this room, it has here a pedestal that has raised up.
Interesting. Hey, you want me to go try to dig stuff out of all underneath all the beds to see if there's anything else?
Sure, go do that off camera.
I'm gonna go do that. I got you again.
I'm cautiously interested in this fruit.
Okay. Do you pluck it?
I think first I sort of mutter a little sorry to the robot's corpse for, the fact that I got smacked with a wet bag of stuff. I'm sorry. I hope you rest better after we move on. And thank you. And I pluck the fruit. Just one. It feels rude to take the other one.
I think as you take this, you're going to recognize that this is a magical healing fruit, and eating it would heal you should you need that.
Is there anything underneath this bed?
Celeste, coming back to you, these beds have the same kind of paneling. You can work to chop it off just like you did before, but there doesn't seem to be anything carved there or anything like that.
Does that apply to all the beds? Otherwise, I'm doing this for all the beds. Okay. I definitely did this for all the beds, but yeah.
Okay.
I tell Stitches that there's nothing. There's nothing there. Ooh, fruit. I grab one and I take a bite.
Oh my gosh. Alright, taking a bite, you will find that you are magically healed and that your HP goes back up to max from max.
What, no bonus HP?
No.
Fair enough.
I feel refreshed. I'm sitting on it.
Okay.
You sure are.
Nothing's happening.
Yeah, it's just a little stone kind of monument.
Stitches?
Yes.
Stitches, I'm sitting on it. Nothing's happening.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
I set the bag of little guys on top of it.
And what, like a boulder comes out Indiana Jones style and you gotta book it?
Nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening. Can I assume that you want to take a good look at that like plaque?
Yeah.
Sure. So as you look at it, there are words on it on the front. This is a flat surface with words carved in. And it says, "A woman devoted to the life of preserving death, that no one may live past their time, that those who reach their time shall rest, and we will rest, and we will rest, and we will rest."
Good thing I didn't try to sleep. That feels ominous. So it says a woman. Can I just turn into my human form?
Sure.
Now I try to sit on it.
It still does nothing.
Damn it. So, now that we know there's a plaque about resting, which I obviously think is about dying. Like, it seriously seems like they want us to lay down in one of these mini beds and die. Which I don't want to die. But, we gotta figure this out. It's a riddle.
Yeah. Remember what I said before when we first got here?
About us being dead already?
Yeah.
It's possible, but even then, I'm not ready to kick it yet.
But this isn't the afterlife we were promised.
Like I said, I'm not ready to kick it yet.
Don't you realize how much this changes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, I'm counting 7. I got 7 more.
Our lives, my life, my
8,
purpose.
9, 10.
It's a
11,
lie, and you're picking up these
12.
flying widgets. What's wrong with you?
Well, here's the deal. 1, we could accept our fate and die. Roll over, let it happen. 2, we can do what we're meant to do and defy it.
I'm just glad
You're
I'm
a
not
cleric.
here alone.
I'm a paladin. We got this.
What good's a cleric who doesn't believe anymore?
You can believe in me, Stitches.
You're right. We're together, and that's something.
We've already made it this far. Things have happened. Obviously, people from before, whoever are the statues, hadn't. We're not giving up yet, Stitches.
Okay. Okay.
And besides, if we run into anything, I got all of these, like, 20 or so critters. I can just throw them at them.
Okay. So, through the portal?
Not yet. I want to try something. Stitches, I need your assistance.
What do you need?
Stitches, I'm gonna go lay down in one of the beds.
Okay.
Alright, follow me. Left or right, Stitches?
Right.
Alright, I'm laying down.
Okay.
Anything happening?
It's a very nice, comfortable bed, and you are overcome with an intense feeling. As you lay down in this very comfortable bed, something comes over you. It is a profound, unbelievably deep feeling as you suddenly realize that nothing has happened.
Damn it! I profoundly feel like nothing happened. That's something. That's profound. Okay, so I'm really just you know, I chose the bed without the sheet too. That was the problem. You know, I gotta try a different bed. 1 second.
Do you want me to sing you a lullaby, or like,
Let's try this bed. I chose the one without the sheet. Okay. This one has a sheet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything happen?
No.
Son of a carp. All right. You know, maybe the portal is. I have a feeling we're missing something. Okay, I gotta test a few more things. Okay, Stitches. Let's try a few more things. I just feel like that portal is our doom. I don't want to try it yet.
We've already met our doom.
Stitches. I won't give up on you. Don't give up on me.
Okay.
Okay. So, I know how much you like this incredibly fancy, amazing tree thing, right?
I don't know if like is the right word.
Okay. I break off one of the branches.
Oh my god.
Okay. You break off one of the branches.
I toss it in the lava.
Oh my god.
Nothing happens, and it doesn't burn.
Oh, the lava doesn't burn it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, can I try touching the lava?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just like the fire before, it is warm, it is hot, but once you put your finger in, nothing happens. It doesn't burn you.
Is it liquid?
It is liquid.
How deep is it?
I would say it's probably up to, well, on a normal person it would be up to your knees, but for you I think it's probably up to, well, your breasts.
I'm floating.
Okay.
Okay. So, and I move around in it and feeling for anything in there. Is there anything inside?
You don't feel anything. I think at one point you might brush against something that kind of feels like there might be something there, but it doesn't feel like anything that gives or has any pull or anything like that.
Something there? What do you mean? Can I use perception to double check?
Well, I guess the question becomes then, do you want to stick your face in the lava?
Do I want to stick my face in the lava?
Because there's something
Stitches, do I want to
there.
stick my face in the lava?
Stitches is flabbergasted that you both desecrated a corpse, tried to cremate it, and are now bobbing around in there like it's a hot spring.
Fuck it. I'm sticking my face in the lava.
Okay. There is something down there, but it's not something that you would have been able to touch or manipulate or anything like that. It's a carving. And carved words, neat words, not like the one that you saw downstairs. Downstairs, someone had carved that hastily. This is carved in a way that it was meant for someone to find it. And it says simply, "Face the maidens."
Face the maidens. Face the maidens. Interesting. Alright, climb out of there. I'm heading to the water.
Okay.
Unfortunately for us, it seems like we might be maidenless.
I got tits. I'm a maiden. Alright, let's go. Doing the same thing in the water.
Yep. In the water, you see nothing. There are no
Is there
carvings.
anything? No carvings. Okay. Okay. I took the stick with me, by the way. Took the stick back with me. Okay. Pass by these little guys. Grab one. Keep going. Alright, now I poke the stick into the sand.
Yep. It is just sand.
Alright, I stand in the sand.
Yep. There's a nice, gentle, magical wind that's swirling around you every once in a while. The sand hits you against your legs or other parts of your body.
Okay, I start throwing the sand out of the circle.
Okay. Yep.
Are you digging with your stick?
Yes.
I think it will take you a very long time, but if you wish to completely empty this entire thing of sand, you can eventually do that. And if you wanted to dig all of the sand out, you would find underneath nothing. Just an
Nothing.
empty
No sand.
Stone basin.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm covered in sand now. I'm gonna go take a bath.
Okay.
Alright.
Beautiful.
Cool. Alright, so good news. Good news. Only one of them said face the maidens. Everything else is empty. The other alternative is to start digging the dirt around the tree, and I don't know if we want to do that.
I am not letting you desecrate a corpse again.
Okay. Alright. So I have this innate feeling that we're missing something, because I haven't seen any maidens.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna face the wall, and if something happens to that tree, then I had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Oh no.
Alright. I'm gonna go to the tree. I'm gonna stick the stick next to the stupid heart. And then start trying to pry the heart out of the tree.
I think the heart is going to be stuck very fast into the automaton, and it's very difficult for you to get purchase to remove it.
Okay. I'm gonna start taking the halberd. I'm gonna start cutting down the tree.
Okay. Again, I think that this will take you a very, very, very long time. But ultimately, I think that you could find a way to make your way around the automaton to cut down the tree.
Alright. What happens?
Nothing. The automaton...
So the tree is
slumps.
just now laying on the ground and the automaton's still standing there?
Yeah.
Is the automaton moving?
Nope.
Does the automaton have face and hands and stuff?
Yeah.
Is he wearing any clothes?
I don't think so, but covered in like layers of moss and rust.
Okay. Stitches? The automaton's fine, but the tree isn't. Nothing happened. We need wood though, we're good. Alright. Oh boy. The next alternative thing we can do is go through the portal. Do we want to try that, or do we want to keep looking around? Because I feel like we're missing something. the fact that stuff has happened here, the fact that we've gotten further in here than before. Can I read the sign again?
Yeah, a woman devoted to the life of preserving death. That no one may live past their time. That those who reach their time shall rest, and we will rest, and we will rest, and we will rest.
Interesting. Okay, so Stitches, what do you want to do? I feel like I've exhausted all my options.
Stitches finishes up scribbling in their little commonplace book as my companion reads the poem out loud. I have a little pair of, like, pince-nez glasses that I objectively do not need, but I put them on when I write because that's what people do. Alright. I'm not gonna look at that tree. Just take my hand and lead me to the portal.
Alright, I take her hand, I lead her to the portal.
Okay. Right. Do you go through the portal?
I stick my stick through it.
The halberd?
With the little guys attached. I stick it in and see if I can pull it out.
Okay. You stick your halberd through the portal with the little bag of little guys. When you bring it back, no problem. It comes back out, no issues, except it's empty. There are no little guys, and there's no sheet, and there's nothing. Just your halberd.
No! Not my friends!
I figured.
Okay. Well, you want to go through?
Maybe you'll make new friends on the other side.
Let's do it.
Okay. As you step through this portal, I'm going to describe that you have this feeling in your tummy as if you are being strung out, as if somebody grabbed you by the tummy and started pulling until you go all the way forward and turn into like a piece of string. I'm sure for you, Coffeecat, Stitches feels very, very uncomfortable about this because it probably feels like you're being unraveled from the center. But once done, you will reconstitute on the other side. And you will step through an old portal. It doesn't look like it's the same portal. It looks very different, but you're standing on an altar. And this is a very, very different portal, but it's now dead, and it looks like it's been dead for hundreds of years. However, around you, suddenly there come to life a number of zombies and skeletons, and we're going to go right into combat immediately. So...
Oh my god. Wait. I knew we shouldn't have gone through the portal!
I'm going to have each of you roll initiative. When you roll initiative, you're going to find your character. At the top, there's going to be a little bar, and in that bar, you're going to find attributes, and initiative perception will be highlighted for you.
Perception, initiative. I just click it.
Uh-huh.
Roll.
Okay. Celeste, I feel strongly you're going to be going first.
I feel strongly I will be too.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, hang on.
Yeah, no worries.
I threw up. What am I doing?
It's okay.
Okay, go to attributes.
Uh-huh.
And then perception.
It's highlighted in purple.
It's not going to be on your character sheet.
Yeah, it should be at the top.
It'll just
of
be on
your...
the left side. Yeah. No, not that far over. In the section underneath your adventurer section, it says strikes, actions, inventory, feats, spells, attributes, skills, effects, utility.
likely at the top of your screen.
And then attributes, and then perception. Attributes is right next to skills. And then perception is purple. And then click roll. There we go.
Yay.
Yay.
I figured it out.
Yay. Alright,
Okay.
so indeed, Celeste, you are going first. So around you, you have pretty close to you 2 skeletal champions, a couple zombie shamblers, one of them much farther away, and then far to the north there's also another skeletal champion.
If I click on them, does it tell me anything?
Nothing. Yeah, I don't know that it tells you anything.
Okay. Actions. Did I already change? I'm still in the human form, right?
Yeah, if you didn't change back, then you would be.
Yeah, okay, but I didn't change the first time.
Okay.
Like, I changed, but I didn't do anything, so does it still say I'm, like, the animal form?
I think you did say that you changed to the human form, so if that's what you want, that's perfectly fine with me. If you wanted
Okay.
to have changed back, I'm okay with that too.
Nah, I'll just stay my humanoid. Okay.
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 Okay. Oh, okay. So you're using an action to move?
Yep, I'm using action to move, and then I'm striking this baby.
Okay. Alright, so you're using one action to move. That should be well within your range, so that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I checked it.
Alright.
I click. It tells me we're based on purple.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Alright, so you are striking with your halberd?
Yep.
Okay. In that bar at the top, you want to use that first halberd attack, but before you do this, I want you to highlight that skeletal champion, and I want you to hit T. Some arrows should appear around him.
Okay, so target.
Yep.
And then I click.
Targeted.
Okay, why does it have the piercing section turned on instead of? But I'm confused.
It's versatile.
It says piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's versatile, so you can switch from piercing to bludgeoning, I think, or slashing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Always bludgeon the skelly mans.
Oh, you're right. Bludgeon the skelly mans. You are right. I'm gonna use belly.
Ooh,
Actually,
okay.
let me see. Do I have any feats? I do have feats.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any feats I can use though, right? Like, there's nothing to use.
No, I don't think you have any action feats. Now, you do have Titan Wrestler, but basically that just allows you to grapple somebody who's much bigger than you.
Okay. Okay. Roll melee strike. There we go.
All right. How did we do? That
29.
Critical hit. You got a critical hit. That is not a natural critical, but it's just a normal critical hit, so we're not going to pull a card, but you can roll that critical button to the right. Okay, 18 damage. Does quite a lot of damage to this guy, and I think you still have another action, so you could even attack again if you wanted. So the way it works with Pathfinder, there is a multi-attack penalty. So if you look at your strikes, you have a plus 15, and then you have next to it a plus 10. For your second attack, if you wanted to attack again, you would do the plus 10, not the plus 15.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yep. Great, still a hit, and you can roll the damage. I do believe that kills. So, right into battle, one action, you move down, you slash this guy twice, and he falls apart.
Well, I don't. I bump him with my boobs.
Oh, right. Okay. Excellent. So he got boobed to death.
You knocked the shit out of him with your knockers.
Amazing.
I knocked him around with the knockers.
Amazing. That would bring us to another one of the skeletal champions. He is here. He's gonna have to move. So for his turn, let's see. He's got 25 move speed. I think it would take
That's
me-
30.
Yeah, it would take me 2
30.
moves to get to you.
Yeah.
It would also take me 2 moves to get to you, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna move over. You just killed my friend. I'm moving again. That's 2 actions, but I can still attack you. So target you and strike. That's a miss. All right, that is the end of his turn, and that brings it Stitches. Okay, Stitches.
Stitch's turn.
My turn?
Yeah, your turn, Stitches.
Okay. I think I would like to move and flank the Skellymans.
Perfect. 1 short move, and then you'll still have 2 actions.
And you still got divine health. Benefits from being near me.
I'd like to use my Divine Lance cantrip to
Okay.
attack.
Awesome.
You know how to use it?
So I just click on it.
Yeah. Did you make sure to target the guy first? You have to click on him and then press T.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so just a regular attack? Okay.
You'll just have to hit that attack button, I think. Okay, that's a hit. Great.
Awesome. Good job.
And,
And then damage.
yep.
Damage.
Okay. Great. Let me just check one thing. I think that when you do this, I'm also going to get a reactive strike.
Okay.
Creature within the monster's reach uses a manipulate action or a move action, makes a ranged attack, or leaves the square. This triggers the monster attempts a melee strike, so I get to attempt a strike on you.
Okay.
And then I will take that.
Because it's a melee, because it's a ranged attack, or why? I'm confused.
Because it has the manipulate trait, so using that particular, it has manipulate.
Okay.
So it will get a quick little reactive strike.
Thank
It's
you
a
for
miss
explaining.
Anyway, yeah, absolutely.
I shouldn't have stood next to it. I didn't check the range. Silly cat.
You did do quite a bit of damage on this turn, so very, very good. All right. And I will tell you that not all enemies, just by their very nature, have anything like a reactive strike. These just happen to because they're elite little creatures. So, good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if that was the end of your turn, then I will move to this guy. He's going to have to make 3 moves, I believe. So I think he's going to have to move. Yeah, he will indeed. So I'll move you all the way
Game Master.
here. That's my entire turn. But,
It's slowed. Zombie shamblers are slowed.
let's see. You have to move twice if you're gonna move at all. So, move speed is 25. Can I flank you? I can. I'm gonna spend. Map ran away from me. I'm gonna spend all of my turn moving so that I can flank you on the other side. At least set up for maybe a better turn next time. That brings us to the last zombie shambler, and I can actually move all the way here. Okay. Alright. Oh, no I can't. That's not right.
Yeah, I thought that was
would've
a little
stopped-
too far.
I would have stopped here. So. Alright. Good. And we're back at Celeste now.
Alright, so I have a skeleton champion above me, I have a zombie shambler below me, and I have one that's already taken some damage next to me.
Yes.
Right? Does that sound right?
That's right.
Alright, and then this one's turn is next. This one's turn is next.
Let's see who's next. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, this one's turn's next. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, strikes. Alright.
You gonna introduce him to the girls?
I think I'm gonna try to use my my striking halberd since it's my higher thing. So I gotta change my target real quick first, though. Okay.
Okay, that's a hit. Damage. Okay, I think that kills. No, it doesn't. He's got just a couple left. He's still standing.
All right.
Holding on for dear life.
So I can do another, right?
Uh-huh. Okay, that's a miss.
No.
Now you could do one more, but you would take the map again, so you'd be taking that third one. So it's at that point less likely that you would hit, because you'd only get +5. So you're looking for pretty high rolls. But that's up to you.
All right. Is there any any negatives to doing the third try?
Nope, just the hard to hit, and you may end up with a critical miss. Now, if you get a critical miss, I'm not going to make you fumble unless you rolled a 1. So.
Okay.
That's just a regular
I
miss,
missed.
so you're fine.
Okay. Okay.
All
cool.
right. That brings us to this guy. You hit him, so he's going to hit you back. Let's see.
He's
how
gonna
he
try.
do. Yeah, he's going to try. He's going to try. He misses. And he tries again, and he misses, and he tries again, and he misses. All right, that's his whole turn, which brings us back to Stitches.
We know what Stitches needs to do.
Yes. Heal.
Finish him.
I will do my best. How do I melee attack? My brain is smooth.
Sure.
It's in the strike section.
Mm-hmm. Yep, strikes.
Okay, I see. Change grip, sheaths, drop,
And then
I
you see 15, 10, 5, or whatever.
Okay,
Yeah,
You
I
just
think
do the first one.
got it.
+12. Yeah. Oh, and make sure you're targeted. I think you are, but that's fine.
Yeah, I think she's targeted the right one.
Good. That's a hit. Okay, you can roll. Your
All right.
Almost definitely kills. That's not right. I had you targeted. My bad. You don't want to take that.
No.
Okay, there he goes. He's dead now. All right.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah.
So
and
now
you
we
still
have 2 more. We have a skeleton and a zombie.
Mm-hmm. And you still have 2 actions in your turn.
So if you want to take on the skelly,
You want me to focus the skelly mans?
I think we focus on the ones that are clearly going to be more dangerous.
Could I use my cantrip as this next action?
Yep. If it has a 2 action, then you could use something like Haunting Him. Haunting Him probably... It deals 1d8 sonic damage, so it's not terrible. You could use Void Warp. You could also use one of your spells. So you have a spell like Bone Spray. You could Bone Spray the bone if you wanted.
I was just thinking Divine Lance again.
Yeah. Okay. Hit that attack button.
Make sure to target the right one.
Mm-hmm. That's a miss. Wow.
Well, I hope nobody catches that stray. Well, nobody I care about.
Yeah. It's not a critical, so you should be fine. All right, so I think that'll end your turn, and we will go on to
To the guy above me.
yeah.
Just there like, no, I missed.
Not Stitches.
It's going to do the same thing. It's just going to attack you. These guys seem to be just mindlessly going for you with very little skill. So that's a critical miss. I'm going to have it miss an action, so it'll get 1 more. And it misses. All right.
Awesome.
I mean, he probably wasn't expecting to get in a fight today.
Yeah. The zombie shambler gets 2 actions. It's going to try to fist you. Pardon my...
It's going to try to fist me.
Yeah.
Not without taking me to dinner first.
It misses. And
Told you had to go to dinner.
it critically misses. The last one, can I move? Yeah, I can get you. I can do 1 attack on you. I will attempt to do a jaw attack. I'm going to bite you. Nope,
Oh,
I can't
ew.
do it. I can't do it. I don't have you
Oh,
grab.
thank God.
So I'll just try to punch you. Miss. Critical miss, so it ends its turn. Alright.
Getting like flashbacks to the Re-Dead and Zelda.
Okay, we know what to do.
Yep.
We know what to do.
Yep.
Oh, I need to change targets. There we go.
Okay, that's a critical.
How'd I do?
Yep, that's a critical hit. Perfect. Very, very good. You can roll that critical. Oh my gosh.
Holy boy.
Oh my gosh. It dies. You just sever this thing. I think you probably just knock its head off and it goes ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
I am dangerous.
Still have 2 actions.
Making xylophone sounds all the while.
Alright, so we know what you... Hey, zombie shambler. You've been standing there trying to hit me. Your turn.
Trying and failing to hit on you.
They tried to fist me last time. You know, we gotta make even.
That's another
How'd I do?
critical. Wow.
Alright.
Yeah, that. I think as you look at this zombie, I think it gets a moment of recognition that it realizes that its afterlife is almost over, and it just goes, oh, and then dies.
It didn't have a chance.
No.
Alright, I still have 1 move left, right?
Yeah, you sure do.
Alright.
You could actually flank this one if you move here.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Well, I don't know if I have that room because it says I have 15 feet of movement.
You only have 15.
Well, as a human, I could turn back into my dog form.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't quite make it then. Didn't realize you only had 15 feet of movement. No, you have 30. You have 30 feet of movement.
Why does it say I only have 15?
That's the range of your paladin buff.
Oh.
Yeah, you have 30
Okay.
feet of movement. So. You could easily make it here, and then it would be flanked. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Cool. All right, which actually brings us back to Stitches. Okay, Divine Lance.
You're gonna do it from this close?
I can do it from anywhere on the block.
Yeah.
I know, I just mean like
to
you got
60
that
feet.
risk from last time.
I think she's just a goon. She's not as good as the rest of them.
Fair enough. Go for it, girl. Go for it, Stitches!
That's a miss.
Critical miss.
That is a miss.
Wow. Wow.
Is that a critical miss or a miss?
That's
It's just a miss, I
one.
think.
That's a nat 1 though.
Oh,
Huh.
It's actually only a miss?
Yeah.
Awesome. Glad to
It's-
hear it.
Even though it's a nat 1, it's still not a critical miss. So I don't
Went straight
have to
over
make
my
you
head.
Fumble. Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna like, "Argh, today's really not my day. I wasn't planning to do this." And
And if you attack, you will have to take that map, but you still have the single action left.
That's
to
the
do it.
second one
Plus
instead of
seven-
the
plus
first
7.
one.
yeah, I'll do it. I'll just smack her with the axe.
Oh my gosh, it's a critical.
Oh, crap.
hit.
Critical hit. Click critical. Click
With
critical.
the map. With the map. 15 damage. Does that do it? It does. Alright.
They are destroyed.
Well,
Amazing.
Stitches, we knew that was gonna be. They don't send undead after a champion and a cleric. This seems like a bad idea. Whoever's putting this game show on is doing a really bad job at it.
Well, they were right about my ability to land those spells.
Now, the moment
It's okay.
the moment that zombie falls, a magical door appears right in the middle of that altar, and it just looks like a wooden but freestanding door that, based on what you can see, it doesn't look like it goes anywhere.
Can I check the skeletal champions to see if they have any armor of any use?
Yeah, you can take a look at their inventory. They have a lance, a longsword, some chainmail. If you want to go around and collect all of those things, I'm perfectly okay with having you do that.
That's fine. I don't know how much I can carry.
Probably a lot now that you don't have all those little friends with you.
I miss my friends.
Aw.
Okay, I'll pick up all the stuff.
Okay, yeah, you're burdened with all of the stuff you're carrying it around. Meanwhile, that door is just there.
All right.
I think I'd like to do my diligence as a cleric and, sanctify the bodies. Maybe make sure they're not going to get up again.
Sure, yeah.
That's a good idea.
You know, a few paternosters, a few hail shellins, that deal. And then, once my beloved loot goblin is done...
Yes.
I step an extra step on the head of the bottom zombie, just like squish it real nice, because it tried to fist me.
Oh, that's so gross. It's like a rotten watermelon, I imagine, just...
Gross.
That's what happens when you try to fist me without taking me on a date first.
Duly noted.
Okay. So is there anything actually of use off of these guys that have...
No.
Do they have
No.
anything unique? No?
Not
Okay.
really. Nothing that really benefits you.
And can I just kind of walk around and see if there's anything here?
Yeah, you walk around. This looks like the old ancient ruins of some kind of altar. You're not sure whether it was for some kind of deity or if it perhaps was another one of these portals at one point, like the portal that you just came through. But this looks old, made totally in a different way, totally different style, probably not by the same culture. There are old loose rocks around. All of the brush around you is incredibly thick, and it doesn't look like it would be very easy for you to sort of push through or go anywhere else. So you're a little bit contained within this
What if I
area.
try to cut the brush? Like,
Yeah,
specifically up here. Like up in the left-hand corner where it seems a little thinner.
yeah. While it does seem a little thinner, you cut and cut and cut, and you don't really see an end to this anywhere. So even as you're looking through the brush, it just looks like it's brushed forever and ever and ever and on.
Interesting. So this isn't real Hey, Stitches, this place ain't real.
Sorry, what?
This place ain't real, Stitches.
I need some time to process that. Can you elaborate a little?
As far as the eye can see, just brush. This place is probably a magical zone purposely brought here for our, destruction. I imagine entertainment purposes, again, to slowly try to kill us on this thing, which seems to be like the good overall goal. Again, I'm still reading Conan the Barbarian on this one here.
It sounds more like that stage play we saw at the summer festival, The Life of Truman.
I really feeling it. Really feeling the life of Truman on this one too. But yeah,
I never should have let you watch that. It gave you nightmares.
Yeah, but this ain't real. This ain't real, Stitches. Something's amiss. I know we were thinking we were dead. I'm starting to think this has something to do with whoever that lady is that's obsessed with death.
There's magic in the world to explain things far more wondrous than scrublins.
Alright. Well, you want to check the door? Or shall I?
I gotta do the classic mysterious thing appears, so I walk in a circle around it.
Yeah. Yeah, and walking around it, it just seems like a freestanding wooden door.
Is it like the doors in the bunker or a different style?
No, it's a different style. It doesn't look like it's the same kind of door at all. This is a kind of door with one of those pulling kind of knockers.
Knockers?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
I hardly know her.
Alright, well, if you're not gonna do it, I push it open.
Okay.
You should at least knock.
On the other side of the door, you see a circular room. This looks like some kind of museum or possibly a library. There are many, many, many books and also treasures that you see on the other side of the door. It's a circular room, quite large, and in the center of this circular room, there is a woman sitting drinking tea. She does not look up as you walk through. She seems kind of nonplussed, and she's got a book in front of her, and she's just sort of leafing through the pages as she sips on her tea.
If this is a library, we need to be quiet. All I can see is the forest still. Is it supposed to change?
No.
I hope you say that at like 70 decibels, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm yelling that. I think this is a library.
So it is my assumption that you haven't stepped through the door yet, but also we won't change the map.
Okay. Well,
all of this
my
will
head's
happen
in the
here
door,
moment.
and I'm just
Okay.
yelling, "Hello, hello."
Okay. She's not going to look up from her book. She's completely unfazed, and she's just like, yes, please, you can come in. I don't really care. Come have a seat. I'll make you some tea, and you can sit with me. You can talk. And she'll, like, get up, turn away from you, walk over, and start making another cup of tea.
What do you think, Stitches? There's no way where else to go. This is the only place to go.
I think this room is beautiful.
You want to go inside?
Well, it seems rude to just stand on the threshold with the door wide open.
All right, after you, Stitches.
You enter this beautiful library, which looks like a hoarder's paradise because there are so many treasures everywhere. Antiques, things from many, many different cultures. She's kind of disappeared back behind a nook and she's making a cup of tea. There's the table there with 2 chairs. The chair that she was just sitting in and another chair on the opposite side. Her tea is sitting next to her book and it's just kind of wafting up.
Can I, being the curious little tanuki I am, take a look at her book?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first thing that you're going to notice is that the book seems to have marks on it as if there were tears. And the story that she was reading is a story about people who were feeling lost and who felt like they didn't have a place, and that it seems to be a poignant little story such that maybe even it had made her cry. She might have little marks of tears on here, but I think about at this time she's going to turn around with another cup of this tea, and then she does something that you might not expect. She drops it, and it falls to the ground, and it shatters, and tea goes everywhere, and there's this heavy, strong smell of cinnamon as this tea hits the ground. She takes a step back, and she's suddenly shocked, and she goes, "Wait, there's 2 of you. Why is there 2 of you? I don't understand. I don't... How did this happen? How did you become 2? How is there 2 of you?"
Well, I was born from a mommy and a daddy tanuki. This one's maid, I think.
I have had puppets come before, but there have never been 2 in here ever. I don't understand. She starts pacing back and forth and kind of muttering to herself over and over. There are 2. Why are there 2? What is happening? Things are strange.
Others like me? I've never met another like me.
There have been many. I've known many puppets just like you. There are some. I knew one that was a detective. He was a detective with his own detective agency, but he was also a little teddy bear, and that was pretty interesting. But he came through here just like everybody else, but he was alone. There have never been 2 before. And recently, there was someone who came through, and they were very strong. And I don't often have people who are very, very, very strong, but we had someone who was very strong, and now we have 2 of you. Something is very different. And she comes over and she sits down. She shuts the book that she was reading. She slides it across the table. And it looks like she's just thinking heavily. The gears in her brain are turning. Her eyes go from one of you to the other. I apologize.
What is?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, I'm gonna ask 3 simple questions if that is okay. First off, what is this place? Second is, how many folks have come through here and why?
This was all 3 questions. It was, what is this place, how many people, and why?
I believe so.
Okay.
Also, what that book was. Are you okay?
I am okay. Yes, I'm okay. It was a very sad story, and I like to bring it out sometimes and read it again because I like to think about it. But it is okay. As for what is this place, this is kind of my home, but it's also kind of like my lair that I'm sort of I would maybe use the word vanished, that I'm here all the time for maybe all eternity. It is sometimes a little bit difficult for me even to remember what things were like before here. I remember that there was a before here, but sometimes it's a little bit strange. I don't know about what my history was like before. That doesn't matter, I'm getting off track. You also asked me how many people have come here. She'll gesture around the library and you see hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of books, if not maybe thousands of books. And she says, do you see all of these books? Every one of these books has many pages. As many people have come into this room to meet with me and talk with me as there are pages in the book. One page, one person. That many people have come through here. As for why, I don't know. I think maybe I did something bad at one point. Maybe I did something to deserve some kind of punishment, and as maybe payment for my punishment, I collect stories. And I take stories for people who come here, and I try to give a little bit back, because I don't like taking stories from people. I like it, but I don't like it. I don't enjoy that I have to do it. It's very important work, I think. But because I have to take people's stories away from them, I like to give something back. And as you see, I have many treasures here that may be helpful for some.
Wait a second.
Okay,
You have to take their stories away from them. Do people leave here after losing something that they had before they came here?
This I can tell you without any hesitation whatsoever. Yes, when you make a deal with me, you give me your story. That becomes my story, and I keep it here. Now, that is kind of a beautiful thing if you think about it, because here I collect these stories and I keep them for all eternity. You live through that story forever. But bad news is you leave here without the story because you gave it away. It's not your story anymore. Does that make sense?
Yes, I have one question. One more question. How the hell do we get out of here?
Okay, that one is really easy. There's a door behind me. That's the door out. Do not try to go through the door that you just came through, because that's a bad idea. You came through that door. That is entrance. This is exit. And she points to the door behind her.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
All right, Stitches, let's leave.
Wait. You said you were punished. By who?
I don't know. It's only feeling that I have. But don't, please, I'm asking you, actually. I would like to ask you not to leave. This is very strange, because like I said, usually there are not two, and that makes me think maybe after many years, maybe I have a hope. Is it possible that I have hope?
Hope.
Can I give you something? Is it okay if
What's the cost?
I think for this one, no cost. I would love to have stories from you. I would love to trade for stories from you, because I think that could be really good for you and helpful, and I want to help. But this one from me, will you take this? She gets up. She goes over to a locked cabinet, and she opens it up. She brings out a beaten old diary. It's one of those diaries that has a leather strap on it that ties. And she's going to hand you this diary, and she hands you a journal, and on the first page it says, record your thoughts in this journal. It will find its way to the next person who needs to use it. This will help me understand what is changing and how I might help.
Record your thoughts in this journal. It will find its way to the next person who needs to use it. This will help me understand what is changing and how I might help. This means that this has happened many times. Many people have been stuck in this terrible game show, this terrible falsification of reality. And you play a part in this.
Yes. Unwillingly, but yes.
And you expect us to help you?
If you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm trying to help you.
Okay. How does a book that reacts to what we put in it help us? It sounds like it would be simply to help the next person that comes along and gets turned into a frickin' tree.
Isn't that the goal of life? To go through, make your path, and leave something behind for those who follow.
I'm not ready to leave it behind.
We already left it behind.
This isn't it. I'm not done yet. I am not quitting. Neither should you. There's a chance we can make it out of here. Then we make it out of here. I'm not giving up yet. That being said, Stitches, if you would like to assist with the book in assisting whoever else they may have captured or will capture and put through this disastrous joke of a game show, then do so.
It's at this point I take out my own little notebook that I've been working with and read the poem that we found that I copied over. Aloud, obviously.
Okay. I think Uni is going to have this change to her face. And I think with like a quavering voice, she's going to say, "Where did you hear that?"
It was a pedestal. After I hit a guy in a tree with water. He was an automaton. You've probably seen him, considering everyone that comes to see you dies.
But I don't understand, because that is my story. And that's where we're going to leave it. So if you want to see the conclusion of this episode, you're going to have to come back in a couple weeks when we release the next half of this. I am so thankful for the two of you to show up and agree to do this, particularly as a two-parter, as a pair. This was amazing. Have you had so much fun so far?
I have. I'm excited to see where the story goes. I'm excited to test the limits as I test the orbs that float around.
Yes, I completely agree. I'm really, really, really excited to see how far you can get.
Yeah, this has been... I've been really looking forward to this. I know we tried to schedule it for a while before it, and life kept lifing.
Yes.
But I'd been looking forward to this for weeks. This was like the little thing on my calendar. I was like, one more sleep. It's a delight to be here. Wow. And I'm very excited to come back.
Yeah. We will conclude your arc soon. Do you have any final words before we close this and come back in a couple weeks?
Well, this is coming out after the one thing, so just keep an eye on Irium. There's so many brand new debuts coming out. I know I will be here. I know Puppy-Sensei will be here. Keep an eye on Be Kind. We're gonna keep doing and creating content that makes people smile and brings a little kindness to the world. And just in general, be kind to yourselves and be kind to others out there.
Yeah, I think be kind to yourself is something that I'm having to learn a lot lately. It's very, very important, and I think I have to remind myself it's easy for me to be kind to other people. I need to learn to treat myself the way I want to treat other people as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Coffeecat, final words?
Yeah. Well, I've been just a little Coffeecat. It's been great to be here. Like I said before, the multi-hyphenate creative type that supports everything Celeste does, and I'm lucky enough to work with the folks in Be Kind as well and use my expertise where I can. I believe we also mentioned that I'm a composer and musician under the name Catarina Cortado. There will be somewhere, hopefully, by the time this is up, that you can maybe listen to the soundtrack and feel the vibes and think about your own journey. Okay. I just made a lot of work for us, but that's okay.
We will get it. We'll get figured out somehow. So yeah, I'm really, really excited, and I cannot wait to continue this little adventure with the two of you. Thank you so very much. Everyone at home, please take good care of yourselves. Can't wait to see you again. And until then, matane.
Matane.
Matane. I've always wanted to say that.
Yay.